LeBaron Philon is available, but he's not starting tonight. And consider that in the last game in which he didn't play, they scored 100 points without him. And Nate Oates said, we have the best half of basketball we've had all year long. Tip up, and it is the team in the home whites, Tennessee, that controls it with Jacoby Gillespie. The second leading scorer on the team, picked up by Aden Holloway, whose defense has improved dramatically over the season. Gillespie a paint touch, and he rolls right through it to Amen. 10 on the shot clock. They're switching on defense. They get it down low to Carey, who works his way in, loses it out of bounds. It'll be Alabama basketball. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. And our game just underway. You've missed very little time. In fact, you haven't seen a basket. Jimmy Dykes, Karl Ravech, critical game in the SEC. Two teams that historically play tight games. A buzzer beater last year. And Alabama's got it on the floor and controlled and out of bounds. A very heads-up play by London Jemison there to bang it off a Tennessee player. The significance here, Jimmy, Tennessee with Kentucky win. If Tennessee were to lose this game and drop to 10-6, they don't hold the tiebreaker against them. Teams would love to avoid having to play early in that SEC tournament. They want the double bye.
Yeah, no doubt. If you plan on going to Nashville to win the tournament, if you're Tennessee or Alabama, this feels like a must-win to finish in that top four. Both coaches talked to us about it today. These two teams met earlier, Ravi, and Tennessee held Alabama to their season low in points and season low in possessions. Rick Barnes' team, one of the best defensive clubs in the country once again.
Bit a little Alabama kryptonite. Tennessee has won the last 5 in this series, although many by single digits.
Short clock,
4
don't
seconds,
foul.
yeah. Aiden Sherrell's got it. I'm not sure he's aware of it, and he will fire it up. And they were not prepared, and Nate Oates is looking at Aiden Sherrell and asking, did you not know we had 5?
Yeah, that's on everybody, though. That's got to be mass communication, that ball taken out of bounds. Alabama comes in. They made 22 three-point shots in their game Wednesday against Mississippi State.
Yeah, 22. That's the half that Nate Oates said we played the best we've had all year. There's your starting 5 with Amen, the go-to guy, and Gillespie bangs one off the back of the iron. Still scoreless here, nearly 2 minutes in. The corner Jemison 3. That's way off, and an air ball out of bounds off Tennessee.
But that is Alabama basketball. They flood that floor with speed. They are so good at finding those deep corner threes early in conversion offense.
Again, those just joining us, you saw the starting 5. LeBaron Philon, who didn't play the last game, is available and will play tonight. Bad pass there on the inbounds. That's stolen away by Gillespie. And boy, if you didn't know it, you'd think these two teams are nervous the way this game has started.
Well, the baseline out of bounds under has not been friendly to Alabama to start this game.
Boswell, he gives it back to Carey, and another turnover, and a sloppy start continues here. It'll stay with Tennessee, though. Into the game comes Taylor Bull. Bowen Jemison, who threw the air ball up from the corner, is out of the game.
Well, those are your stars. LeBaron Philon not starting in this game, set out Wednesday with a sore groin, but when he checks in, man, the speed of Alabama goes to another level.
Gillespie, that high arcing 3, and he finds the bottom.
Yeah, he shoots that high arcing 3 about every release. He's a small guard. He's done it his entire life, and it is money.
Averages 18 in the SEC. Sherrell works his way into the chest of Okpara and then didn't get rim.
When you play against Tennessee, the big question, can you finish at the rim against that length?
Amen. Alley-oop. Okpara wasn't ready for it. He wasn't going to get it. It banged off the backboard. They got 14 on the clock. Carey right down the lane, lefty, and it goes.
What a powerful motorized dive by Jalen Carey.
I'm not sure many are getting in the way of 6'8", 267. Amari Allen looking for a release valve, and he finds it in Bull Bowen.
Tennessee winning the battle line early in this defensive possession, pushing Alabama at that 30-foot mark.
Holloway glance at the shot clock. Goes right. He also nearly lost it, and it's another turnover. Scoreless for the first 3 minutes is Alabama.
That home team defense so far is just suffocating.
Gillespie again to the moon. They rebound about 45% of their misses. Ament can't get it to go. That's the best in college basketball. Alabama 0 for 4. 4 turnovers now in the game. Akpara, paint touch, no good. And another offensive rebound ripped away by Bol Bowen.
Maybe key for Tennessee is to get a good shot and not turn it over, because then you drag that 45% offensive rebounding rate into this game.
Foul called on Boswell.
No, Alabama is not in any type of offensive rhythm. Tennessee is in a little bit. That's that high release and high arc shot by Jacoby Gillespie. And there's that motorized power drive, man, right through the chest of that Alabama rim defense. And Alabama, seldom do you see them unorganized and not in a groove offensively, and so far they have not in step at all.
What'd you say? Tennessee sort of in a rhythm?
Yeah, sort of. Not great, sort of.
Combined 2 for 10, these teams, to get it going. 4 turnovers in 6 trips. And that ball is denied by 3 different Tennessee players. I think you give credit to Ament with the block.
Ravi, think about this. Alabama gets 15 out of every 100 shots blocked. That's at the bottom of the league. Now, they get to the rim a lot, but they're trying to finish it a lot of times. A little stubbornness. Maybe the rim decisions need to be a tad better. That's a very high block percentage offensively.
Ethan Berg will bring the ball up against LeBaron Philon. Latrell Wrightsell also into the game for Alabama, as is Houston Millett. The first group didn't work for Nate Oates. And that one is a difficult angle for Berg to throw it. JP Estrella can't get it. Well, if you like turnovers and shutouts, we got plenty of those. We're pitching one. It's 5-0 Tennessee to get underway here.
If you're Tennessee, man, you've got to smother them on that three-point line defensively. If you are Alabama, you've got to fight and get offensive rebounds and make sure that Tennessee does not just punk you on your own defensive glass. This is the best rebounding team in the country, Tennessee. All the way back to 2001, no one has been a better offensive rebounding team than the Tennessee Vols.
Nobody. 45% of those misses they grab. They've got the advantage in that category already today. This has been a game that has featured, as you see, 5 total points and 7 total turnovers to start. They're going to need minutes out of 15 in red. Noah Williamson, or Crimson, I should say, he's into the game right now. As is LeBaron Philon, who just came in before we went to the break. He missed the last game, dealing with a groin injury. Haven't seen the ball go through the basket yet. Well, Philon's hoping to do it, and he will.
Boy, he has grown in that area. 39% three-point shooter this year. One of the things he came back to work on. Lead Alabama to a national title and develop my three-point shot.
They go low to Estrella. Both backup centers are into the game, Williamson and Estrella. Ament with Philon on him. He's given up a whole bunch of height. He takes it all the way and throws it too hard off the backboard. Wrightsell steps into one. That's way too strong and a good board in traffic.
But you are playing with fire if you let Alabama step into those transition 3 looks.
Amari Evans is the guy who grabbed it. Ament. Estrella, his shot is down there. That's no good. Akpara kept it alive. They pick up another offensive rebound. Tennessee's missed 6 shots in a row. Akpara had it for a minute, lost it. Wrightsell kicks it to Millett, and they got numbers with 2 Tennessee guys back on the other end. Philon in the paint, pulls up and misses.
And we can talk all we want to about Alabama's three-point shooting. If you can't guard the ball, talking about Tennessee, you are going to be in for a long night on your home floor. That's where the three-point shot starts with Alabama.
Ament. Too strong, and another offensive rebound. Ethan Berg. Volunteers are owning the offensive glass, and Evans will pull it back out.
When you have given up 2 or 3 offensive rebounds like Alabama has within one possession, where the next one normally goes down.
Berg all the way, no, and another one tapped up and in. That's their 8th offensive rebound already.
3rd in one possession, and just you're not going to close them off if you allow that as many touches.
Philon on Berg. He got hit. He's got a chance for 3. LeBaron Philon back in action and making a difference.
He is such a tough cover. He took 11 free throws by himself in the first matchup. Just a more physical guard than Ethan Berg. Plays off at 2 feet, doesn't do anything off balance. Look at him get balanced right there, man. Gets that right foot stuck and right through the contact. LeBaron Philon, as we know, one of the best point guards in all of college ball.
Well, it feels like a Olympic hockey shift, the way that these teams are moving guys in and out and off the bench. Philon is rejoined now on the floor by Sherrell, Jemison, Millette, and Allen. Amari Abram in for Tennessee, 77. Dwayne Brown also into the game.
Rob, I mentioned Philon now, 38, 39% three-point shooter. That is a real weapon for him, because now you've got to come up and suck up the space on him.
Yeah.
And as soon as you do, man, boom, the game is in his hands.
He put on an incredible show in the Arkansas game, overshadowed by Darius Acuff, who had 49, but Philon had 35 in that game. It was spectacular. They set up Gillespie, and he knocks down another one with Jemison charging at him.
And because of the high release and the high arc on the ball, he gets it over the outstretched arms of Jemison. Not easy to do.
Another one on the other end. That's banged in by Houston Millette.
That is just a defensive mistake by Tennessee. They sent a simple ball screen, and 2 guys went with a roller. No one covers the shooter.
Millette has been just lights out as a 3-point shooter in conference play. All shoot it in crimson. There's good defense by Allen to reach in. I don't think you get recruited unless you can shoot a 3.
No doubt.
Gillespie with 4, penetrates in the paint. He will get it back, put it up, and knock it in for his 7th and 8th point.
He made it look easy, but he did a great job of not feeling that shot clock pressure winding down and speed up his release into a miss.
Sherrell right by Estrella. Oh my goodness.
If you play for Alabama, you got perimeter skills, and Aiden Sherrell was recruited as a stretch 5, now playing inside, but he just shook Estrella.
Yeah, insult to injury too. I think that shook up Estrella. He is grimacing. He's in some type of pain right now.
He's been dealing with a little bit of a banged up foot all year long.
Boswell's pull up is gonna go. There's a bucket and a foul on the floor. It looks like they are going to give the basket. And I believe, Jimmy, we'll see when we come back, a foul on Tennessee.
Well, both teams have now found their groove a little bit since the last time we went to a break. And LeBaron Philon is the guy that's going to find his groove, and so is Jacoby Gillespie. He gets in traffic, shot clock winding down, doesn't feel the pressure. Good job to not get rushed. And there's what I'm talking about with Aiden Sherrell. Yeah, J.P. Estrella grabs the back of that contrasting style. But I tell you what, Rick Barnes is not dating how they played. He's married to that style. Same way with Nate Oates. Not dating, married. They believe 100% in how they're supposed to play the game.
So this is a relationship show now.
It is. 2 went with the ball. That's a problem.
Yeah, and Allen can do the same thing. That was a little bit too strong, and Gillespie crashes from the weak side to get the rebound.
You put 2 defenders against Alabama on the ball, you are going to give up a 3. It's just a matter not whether it goes in.
Ament is off the floor for Tennessee, so Allen is guarding Boswell. Alabama will switch when they need to. Tennessee very good doing that as well. One of the reasons they have been able to shut down Alabama. Gillespie alley-oop, and there he is, Akpara on the other end.
Alabama plays that drop coverage, and Aiden Sherrell that time got caught in no man's land.
Big 3 from the corner, man. They will absolutely come back and shoot within 7 seconds after a made basket.
Or quicker. Again, they flood those deep corners better than anyone in college ball.
Off that alley-oop, it took them 8 seconds to get that three. Tennessee has made their last 5 after starting this game 2 of 14.
Look at Sherrill in that drop coverage, sitting on that nail right there.
Gillespie off to the left, and another offensive rebound. They're nearing double figures in offensive rebounds, and we're not halfway through the first half. Carey, no, but he will shoot 2 free throws.
Now, Aiden Sherrill, this is typical Alabama drop coverage defense. This guy right here, keep your eye on him. He drops, but he doesn't drop quick enough to get his body into Okpara, and that's just easy money, man, for Tennessee. A 7-footer on the right side, and I've already said it once, a huge thing for Tennessee in this game, Ravi. Just get a shot up and drag that 45% offensive glass into this game.
Two teams started 3 for 21 and since have gone 9 of 11. And Carey's just a 52% free throw shooter. He misses the first. Aiden Holloway now back on the floor, start of the game. When you think about sort of the three-headed monster, the most efficient 3-player combos in Division I, Aiden Holloway, Aiden Sherrill, and Amari Allen are #1. So when those 3 are on the floor, they are the top producing threesome in the country.
Think about that. It doesn't matter what the other 2 guys are. If those 3 guys are on the court, man, they put pressure on you at the rim and at that free throw and three-point line.
And they're all on the floor right now. Holloway rarely goes left, does there. That's blocked by Okpara, who then lands on top of Holloway and helps him back up. Carey one-on-one. They'd love to get Sherrill in foul trouble. That one is kicked to Ament by mistake. Gillespie passed it up for Boswell. No good. Look at the hustle by Okpara, and he took advantage of having Holloway on him.
Well, you get Felix Okpara at the 15-foot mark when the ball is shot. That's a 7-footer that is cat quick, man, running down loose ball rebounds. And he just goes and gets it. He starts at that elbow and flies down that left side.
He's got Holloway chasing after him.
Well, Holloway's doing all he can to try to box him off. In that situation, if you're Holloway, you got to face guard him, man. You can't get your butt on the inside of him. Face guard him and keep him out of that painted area.
Sherrill hands it off to Reitzel. The drive. That's a tough shot.
Ravi, he has really, talking about Reitzel, developed. His first 16 games, only 18 free throw attempts. His last 4, 24 free throw attempts, really driving the ball the best of his career.
Set play, corner 3, Boswell, no, won't rattle in, out of bounds, it'll stay with Tennessee. Give credit on that one to Nate Ament, who caused Allen to lose it.
Tennessee is so good. They are schooled at if you can't get it, you keep that thing alive. Ament, Okpara, so good at flipping to the wrist and keeping the ball with live action.
Alabama's going to bring Noah Williamson into the game as they try to get him to the scorer's table quickly. Take a look at it. Tennessee's rebounding. They are second with a +13 rebound margin. And tonight, 67%. So they grab 45% of their missed shots. Tonight, 67%. That's absurd. 2/3 of the time, they're getting 2 cracks at it.
Yeah.
At least. Carey, strong, too strong.
He is just a force for a guy that does 90% of his work below the rim.
Allen, great ball fake. That frees up Holloway, but a good recovery by Boswell. And Okpara affected that one. Williamson looking for an outlet, and a lazy pass nearly got picked. How about Boswell on Holloway? Allen, 4 seconds. Really good defense that time by the Vols.
Defensive clinic. Okpara realizing I can switch out and cover a guard. Man, that builds confidence in Tennessee's defense in this game.
Ten seconds. Ament down to 5 seconds. Backing in, fade away. too strong, and a run out now for Alabama. Amari Allen lost it. Gillespie blew up that play. Oh boy! Ament's leg caught underneath Latrell Wrightsell, and let's hope it looked a lot worse than it is, but it did not look good. Nate Ament is obviously in a ton of pain, and the athletic trainer is out as he is dealing with what appears to be a right leg, right knee injury. We'll take a timeout here in Tennessee. Ament is getting up. That is a great sign. A great sign. We'll come back, hopefully get an update on his condition. He's walking off. Nate Ament as he continues to stretch, not in the locker room, Jimmy, which let's hope is a good sign.
Well, he's been bothered the last 3 or 4 days by a bad ankle as well. I think it's the same one that got caught underneath. And man, a huge story right now in the SEC.
Yeah, Carey just absolutely bulwarks his way underneath and gets Sherrell off balance.
Yeah, Alabama has one guy in Sherrell that can handle Jalen Carey because of the length. Other than that, he's going to go right through the chest of people.
Jemison shot, no good. 3 of 9 now they are from three-point land. Keep an eye on the hallway where Ament hopefully will re-emerge. You'll hear it in the crowd if he does. As Philon goes into the paint, kicks. Sherrell has made a 3 this year. He's deep in the paint, throws it up. Akpara there again, and he averages more than 2 blocks a game.
And a great job by Jalen Carey to shut off the drive of Philon, where those bigs of Tennessee switching out hot and low.
Yeah, Boswell, an aggressive jump shot from the baseline. Largest lead of the night for Tennessee. Holloway, that will not be a continuation. They got him before any attempt at a shot. Boswell picks up his second.
Reb, you cannot reach on those Alabama guards. Look at Bishop Boswell. Great job of reading the defense, taking what the defense gave him, take up the slack, knock down that tough 2. In a program that values hard work, no one works harder than Bishop Boswell, one of the hardest playing dudes in this league.
He goes to the bench with 2. Ethan Berg back in. See what impact the Ament injury has on Tennessee. Look at Akpara's ability to guard out top against the guards. First Holloway, now Jemison.
He's right there with Chinyelu from Florida in terms of a big that can actually do it.
Great call. Another turnover for Alabama. The Tennessee defense has been tenacious.
When you can switch 1 through 5 and confidence to stay in front of the ball, man, is that a luxury.
Akpara just waited for it, and he missed a bunny.
You know how hard it is to get the ball at the rim in the SEC? You've got to make wide open layups.
Millett straight on, halfway down, and Akpara picks up another rebound. Again, if you just happen to be turning over, Nate Ament suffered right leg injury and has not returned. We have not seen him. That was a few minutes ago. Carey can't get another one to go at the rim. Akpara keeps it alive.
There's that tip out. That's going to be there. If you're a guard that can attack that drop coverage, you can make money in this game against Alabama.
Well, offensive rebounds now are at 11, and turnovers for Alabama are heading towards double digits. 7 in the game and a timeout. Substitution instead on Saturday. Hoop Mania rolls on. Featured matchups on ESPN and of course the app. Game day was there. We had a student make the half-court shot, so Arkansas and Florida, and then Gonzaga at St. Mary's tonight at 10:30 Eastern Time. We'll see how Arkansas plays on the road. It has been a bugaboo for Calipari's team, and Florida's as difficult a place to play, given the talent and the noise that the Reptiles provide.
Florida's one of the top 5 teams in college ball. They are absolutely peaking at the right time. Without question, can repeat back to that Final Four, if not win it all.
Gillespie. Sherrill blew that play up.
Tennessee so far, Ravi, deleting the drive of Alabama. Not easy to do, but it is a must.
Yeah, Berg, and he's claiming that it was actually Philon who grabbed him by the arm, but they get it on Ethan Berg.
And Philon may have done it. He's one of the craftier guys in the league with the ball. You cannot let Philon reject ball screens, and you cannot let Philon dance with it and go left. And I'm not so sure he doesn't grab right there, but hey, that's just part of it. That's an older, experienced guard getting a hold of Ethan Berg, and the call goes in favor of Alabama.
So since the Ament injury, Tennessee has outscored Alabama 6-0. Alabama hasn't scored in literally 5 minutes. Credit Tennessee's defense. And that time Evans just blew right through Sherrill, but they called a foul on him.
Well, one more, and Alabama's in the bonus. And if you're Tennessee, defend without fouling was 1A on the whiteboard yesterday as these guys watched film. Defend the bounce without fouling. Ball screen defense. We cannot let an Alabama guard reject it all night long. 1A and 1B for Tennessee coming in.
All right, so got it. I thought he had an opportunity to get it to Holloway, but instead Reitzel ends that scoring drought.
Well, those guys are locked and loaded, are they not? Reitzel's so good at the shot fakes and the sidestep threes.
Gillespie gets it down low to Brown, the freshman. Evans is open. Too strong on the whistle, and it'll stay here.
You know what? So why does Tennessee get 45% on the offensive glass? They always have two bigs on the floor. Typically, both guys are hanging around that low block. And Rick Barnes teaches box off as an offensive rebounder. Just like you do on the defensive end, they carry it down to their end offensively.
I can see through the tunnel, Nate Ament is out there doing some jumping and trying to see if that right leg of his will allow himself to come back and play. But again, Nate Ament out with what looked like a very ugly injury. He's still out there trying to work his way back into this game, which is very encouraging. One of the top players in college basketball. Estrella. That is his move, man. That is the move that may make him some money at the next professional level. Jemison hard, and he was denied there. Noah Williamson ripped it away from Estrella. Reitzel. Oh, that's a big one. Boy, they had that defensive rebound.
Yep.
And one thing about Estrella as well, he's turnover prone, and they gave one away.
Boy, Reitzel's such a quick release. I put a stopwatch on him today when they're doing a three-man shooting. He gets it off about 0.7 of a second, which is high-level stuff.
Reitzel's got 8. Gillespie leads the way for Tennessee with 10.
Well, without Nate Ament, Jacoby Gillespie's got some offensive pressure on him right now, and he has delivered the last few possessions. So good at those curl threes. Never gets
Our vantage point. Is there anything you can glean from seeing him do activities like that?
Well, that's better news than what you anticipated when we first saw it. It did not look like he was doing any type of movement like that for a while. And a guy that's obviously going to be very careful with, but to your point, he took 17 twos in that game in Alabama and really got that mid-range game going. Bam, off the out of bounds. Rick Barnes has been so good the last 4 or 5 games finding Gillespie.
Yeah, Nate Oates' patience and tolerance for a play like that out of a break is very limited, and he right away went to his bench. We'll see if they take Holloway out, but that's one of the challenges of taking Holloway out. He can do that.
It is, and Holloway has really grown so good now, scoring with a defender on his hip.
Ethan Berg will try. Line drive shot, no. Another offensive rebound, Tennessee. Like a broken record, they tip one up and in. May have been Evans who did it. 14 offensive rebounds, 12 second chance points for the Vols. Sherrill, boy, inside, he can't get it to go. Millette runs it down. And that's great hustle from behind, blown up by Gillespie.
Good job by Gillespie to not give up on the play. so much on this kid's shoulders, Gillespie. He has to start the possession and end the possession.
People wonder, did that actually go through the net or in front of it?
Rick Barnes was wondering something else.
Right, so quick trigger, no good.
Maybe he shot a bad
That's going to be on
pass.
Jemison right over the top of Brown.
Reitzel shot a bad pass. I'm not a fan of that. He had to catch that thing at his knees. This is Gillespie off that out of bounds under. The trigger man is the most dangerous guy. He's so good. They give him the options to go either way. And there's value in this game for Tennessee. Guys that can just get a good shot up on the glass. And again, it drags in that 45% offensive rebound rate. Look at Gillespie, man, coming from behind. He has learned to play with max effort since he's transferred in here under Rick Barnes.
24 points in the game for Alabama as Estrella bangs into Sherrill, throws up a jump hook, no good. Carey in the middle, rips it away from Sherrill. Evans three, and more second chance points.
That is all Jalen Carey, man, just outworking three red jerseys. Finding that slot 45 for Amari Evans.
LeBaron Philon determined to get to the hole, and he's able to do it.
Can't let him go left. Easier said than done, but he's so good dancing with that ball into that rhythm downhill drive.
And the Alabama averages 91.5 points a game. 91.5.
Yep.
Carey. No. Estrella, yes, boy.
A great job, Ravi. Not good, a great job by Estrella to leave it alone at first, knowing it's on the cylinder, took his hands back and then finished when it came off.
7 times this season as he had 6 offensive rebounds in a game. He'll get called for the reach there. And that'll send Philon to the free throw line.
Now, here's what I'm talking about. Watch J.P. Estrella. He realizes that ball's not out of that cylinder yet, and he just hesitates for just a second right there. Boom, then he goes back up and gets it. And that's an experienced offensive rebounder, understanding where that ball is, being patient, playing with poise on the offensive glass, J.P. Estrella.
16 offensive rebounds, 17 second chance points. Philon's free throw is no good. And Tennessee will get the ball with under a minute to go. Nate Oates made it a point of emphasis that everybody's got to get to the defensive glass. And in this first half, it's been a fail.
Well, and when they do, it's 4 small guys trying to handle the size of Tennessee. Oh, walk.
And the crowd here all knew it as well as Bull Bowen takes it inside. He'll miss short.
Take the last one now. At worst, if you're Tennessee, you go in down 12. At absolute worst.
The Jeep halftime report is coming up. And Gillespie has Berg wide open in the corner with 15 on the clock. He will shoot a wide open three. It's not going in. Oh boy, Estrella looked and appeared as if he was just standing there.
Ravi, that's such a huge play in this game. I mean, Ethan Berg is going to come out for the next 9.8 seconds. Clearly, the message was clear. We are taking the last shot of the first half. And Ethan Berg just got a little selfish and fires one up. And man, that's a big-time mistake now in Alabama to walk the floor and shoot free throws. What should have been a 14, maybe 15-point lead. A big mistake by Ethan Berg.
Hayden Sherrill, one of the things we've seen them emphasize, his free throw shooting, and my goodness, has he become, Jimmy, a legitimate good free throw shooter. He's making 83% from the free throw line his last 12 games. In his first 5, he was just above 50%.
He has really developed inside. He sets those highway screens for drivers. It's hard to get off of his big body once he gets his body on you.
Sherrill knocks them both down. They'll get a shot here with 9 seconds to go. Gillespie's got 13 in the first half. Blows right by Noah and will go to the free throw line.
I say that's huge because it's on on Aiden Sherrill. The one guy that Alabama cannot get in foul trouble. I know that's just his first, but
you're going into the halftime and you're Nate Oates. What point are you driving home?
well, you can't concede the second half on the glass. I know that. You got to get in there and fight and scratch for all you can. And if you're Rick Barnes, Ethan Berg's going to be the first guy he talks to again, because this should have been a 14, 15-point lead at halftime for Tennessee. They're going to be lucky to go in up 10 or 11.
Great first half for Gillespie. With the absence of Ament due to his injury, Jacoby Gillespie is leading the way with 15 points.
Well, we know Alabama wants to shoot 35 or 36 threes per game. In this first half, Alabama has only gotten off 13 threes. They are behind on their pace in terms of how many threes they want to get off. Credit Tennessee's defense. So Nate Oates will spend time in this timeout and at halftime talking about how can we get loose at that three-point line.
They'll talk things over. We'll remind everybody tomorrow morning, ESPN and the ESPN app, it's the women's college game day crew. They're going to be at TCU. That'll be at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. So the men's game day crew is in Florida. The women tomorrow, TCU. 12th ranked Duke, 21 North Carolina. We'll kick it off at noon, Vanderbilt, Tennessee. And the afternoon capped off by number 11, TCU, hosting Baylor. We'll get to our Jeep halftime report in the next 4 seconds. That's where Reese, Seth, and Jay and the gang are as they kick things off with game day. Florida looking to win another SEC regular season title.
Phylon has time for 2 bounces and a shot. They throw it the length of the floor and try the tip play to get Holloway a look.
Allen will launch one. That's off. He tried to buy himself a foul, didn't get it. The 28 points for Alabama is a season low in the first half. On the other side, Tennessee dominates the glass. They scored 22 in the paint, many of them on second chance points. They had 17 of those.
Trying by Alabama. You just look at the bodies, though, and the physicality and the strength that the home team puts at you when that ball's on the glass. It is hard to handle. Ravi, Tennessee had 3 different times in the first half where they had a 3-shot possession. That is crazy.
Amen is back on the floor. He's currently out top trying to guard Phylon. They get it to Sherrell, who kicks for a 3. And that one is off the rim twice, but it's tapped back out. Holloway is on the board. And they can shoot themselves right back into a game down 12. That's nothing to Alabama.
Yeah, without question. Alabama comes in. They have made 10 or more threes in 9 straight games.
With Amen out, Tennessee outscored Alabama 20-12. He left with a 4-point lead, and they increased it. Boswell will fire away. That is halfway down and out. And it's going to be on Okpara, who may have gone over the top of Amari Allen. Think about this, Jimmy. The last 2 first halves for Alabama. Remember, Nate Oates had talked about the first half against Mississippi State. Ball movement, it was the best first half we've had all year. 63 points versus the 28 time.
Now, with all that said and done, though, they're only down 9.
And Holloway's launching again. That's right on. Now it's 6.
This run started with Ethan Berg firing up a shot with 13 seconds to go in the first half.
Gillespie. Yeah, used his strength there to bump Holloway off him. He got behind him.
They just turned it into a one-on-one game.
17 points now in the game. Allen in the paint, up and in, and they 3 for 3 to start the second half.
Alabama playing fast offensively, fast and clean.
You know, Jimmy, you mentioned fast. This is the team that averages 74 possessions a game.
Yep.
The last time they were less than 70 was against Alabama in a game they lost. And in the first half, they were on a 60 possession pace.
Yeah.
60. Amen 0 for 4 in the first half. Rises and knocks it down. His first 2 of this game.
That's that pro shot that very few guys in college basketball have.
Still grimacing a little bit now that he's back. That one is up and in, and a chance for 4. Latrell Wrightsell.
I just think it's really hard to put Alabama away. Things didn't go well their first 20 minutes, but they hung in there and kept it close. And you ask me what's Nate Ament's going to talk about at halftime. I guarantee you he talked about we better be the most aggressive team in the second half, especially on the offensive end. Let's don't play around with this thing. Tennessee's going to take us out of our stuff as Jacoby Gillespie loses his discipline. And if you play Tennessee, I think you have to get one-on-one matchups more than run your plays, because Tennessee will take you out of your stuff, and you just got to go one-on-one. And boy, a hot start for Roll Tide in the second half.
They've made 3 threes. Reitzel makes the 4-point play. He's got 15 in the game. And just like that, it's down to 4. And Gillespie's left open. No good. Okpara had it. Sherrill picks it up. Got the ball fake. Philon over Okpara. That's off.
It was good offense, though. You had 2 guards up top. Both got mismatched and ran some ghost action. Really difficult to cover for your 4 and 5.
Boswell hard cut. Carey. Net there by Sherrill. Gets it back. Lays it up and in.
He didn't win the first contact, but he won the second collision at the rim. That's such a big deal, man, in this league.
Watch it. Reitzel blow by. Left hand. No. Carey muscles his way through Sherrill. He held his ground and got a block.
Boy, good job. And think about Aiden Sherrill still with only 1 foul in this game, and that's really big for Alabama.
Oates is ready to bring Williamson in for him. Bediako was here for the first meeting. His Philon soft touch, no good. You know, on a practical level, having Bediako on the floor did give them additional height and additional fouls.
Yeah, it did. And that's a thin front line now at that 5 spot for Nate Oates.
Quick fix of the net down there, Jimmy. Tonight before the Lakers-Warriors at 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific on ABC. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, Shaq. They will tip off the coverage at 8. They'll be back at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific to break it all down. And the rest of the action in the NBA. Inside the NBA tonight, ABC leading into and following Lakers and Warriors.
Ravi, again, the winner of this one takes a really big step.
Yes.
Playing Friday night in Nashville in that SEC tournament.
Gillespie, no good. And Estrella on the floor with Okpara. He has it. Threw it up too quick. That ball is goaltending against Alabama. I think it was in the cylinder. And Oates is suggesting that perhaps Estrella got it while it was in the cylinder.
Well, they're going to take a look at it. The call was made. It's got to be a quick look by Nate Oates and his video guys. Sometimes the officials will delay it just a little bit, knowing that the coaches are looking at it.
Allen came right up through the middle of the basket right there. Now, Jimmy, also, Ament, who appeared to be grimacing on his way down, has now left the floor and the bench. So that's very concerning for Tennessee. After he scored his first 2, he was grimacing on his way back to the defensive end.
Well, it's one thing to test out and look like you're okay, but man, until you got in live action, sometimes you just don't know.
This is where Okpara is so effective. He's out top here against Allen, and he caused the air ball on a layup. Felix Okpara is playing under the weather and yet playing very good on defense.
He has the confidence as a 7-footer to take on a point guard through the 5 spot. Very few guys in college ball can pull it off.
Your Chinyelu comparison is really good. Trying to get it back into a double-figure deficit. Estrella, no.
Alabama's coming in off of a game Wednesday night. They made 22 threes. They made 25 last year against BYU in the NCAA tournament, a new NCAA tournament record. It's always a danger spot when you're playing Alabama. Those loose ball rebound kickouts. Holloway's so good moving without that basketball these days.
Nate Ament now is unlikely to return as they come out of the break with a 3 and miss it, and will keep it here as Millett was tying up Evans.
You can just count on it. Baseline out of bounds under Jacoby Gillespie is option 1A and 1B for Tennessee, especially without Nate Ament. So if you're Holloway right now, you get body on body and no separation.
Jimmy Payton's son with him is named Marshall, not Blake. Blake is the son of our producer, Scott Matthews, celebrating a birthday today. If you want to go full circle, Scott Matthews produces the Manning cast.
Yeah.
If you want to go full circle. Evans, Paint, no. So no Ament second half, and Alabama shooting better in the second half. As you mentioned going to break, we got ourselves a ball game as Bo Bowen fires a three, and that's off.
I also want to mention that Nate Oates' mom, Colleen, is in the hospital with a procedure. I'm sure she's watching, and Nate said to tell you hi, thinking about you, praying for you.
Akpara, big screen, back hip goes Philon on Gillespie. And Akpara throws one up. That's a soft touch for the big man. He's got 6 in the game now. Philon back the other way, alley-oop. Oh, Akpara looked like a clean block on what would have been an alley-oop, but they get the whistle.
Akpara plays the game with the mentality that the rim is his on both ends. And he's so good at drop coverage, but then recovering out of drop coverage to get to those lob plays. I just don't see a lot of contact there at all by Akpara.
Maybe on the left arm.
Tough call.
So Sherrell goes back to the free throw line, down 10. Is he living proof you can become a good free throw shooter with work?
Sherrell?
Yeah.
No doubt. And I don't think there's anyone in college ball that practices shooting more than Alabama. Talking to Aiden Holloway last week, he said that he gets 500 to 1,000 shots up every day outside of a game day. And you get what you demand, and Nate Oates demands shooting.
Technical foul, Nate Oates.
Well, he's got to get back, or he might get another one. Probably just an accumulation of stuff.
Yeah.
Is how that one's going to be viewed. Vladimir Voyard-Tadal had enough.
I think you're right. I mean, Oates has been in the ear of the officials for most of the game, and when your team's getting beaten down on the glass, you try to do everything you can to help your team. Gillespie made 1 of 2.
You look at the faces of college basketball going forward. Nate Oates, Danny Hurley, Todd Golden, those young guys knocking it out of the park. John Shire also.
Yeah. 6th year for Oates at Alabama, and since he took over, he's got more SEC victories than anybody else. Ouellette is on the floor, so Gillespie's got a 5-on-4. But Evans in traffic finds him, and the floater will not fall, but Estrella gives him another chance. Look at Evans rip it away.
The 4th time this game that Tennessee's had a 3-possession possession.
5th time.
Yeah.
Finally, Gillespie gets it to go through.
It's just a matter of time. You hear me say it all the time. The ball knows what team deserves to score, especially on those offensive glass.
Bo Bowen needs it. No good. Sherrell had inside position, and they are going to get a foul, I think, on Aiden Sherrell. They will. And the crowd to its feet here at Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee keeping Alabama at arm's distance by owning that offensive glass. Look at those white jerseys. They fight each other, Ravi. That's what great offensive rebound teams do. They don't rebound against the opponent. They rebound against the other 9 dudes on the floor. And that sums up to me how Tennessee attacks that ball, especially on the offensive glass.
23 offensive rebounds, 23 second chance points.
That number should be,
that
number should be higher. Like, right? You can't miss the number of shots that Tennessee misses.
Line drive from Boswell. Sherrell may have gotten away with a hold on Estrella. Alabama came out red hot. They've gone ice cold here. Sherrell thinks one-on-one here with Estrella. Living in the paint. Great defense. Estrella knocked it away when the big man brought it down.
Ravi, he's new down there, Sherrell. It's pretty much a stretch 5 last year, converting to an inside player. A good job by Estrella, again, to defend without fouling.
I mentioned they've gone cold, 6 misses in a row. Ethan Berg is coming back into the game.
I'm shocked. I wasn't sure he'd play this year.
Evans, Estrella, got it.
They just jackhammer the ball inside, does Tennessee.
Well, they're taking advantage of an advantage, which is their size. Largest lead of the game, 32 points in the paint. Right, so soft touch, and he got hammered too, but no call as Estrella banged into him.
Well, anytime you make Alabama make and take a tough two, pat him on the backside and say, well done. Tennessee, Ravi, doing a great job, not good, a great job of not over-helping defensively in this game, staying attached.
Brown denied by Sherrill. Good defense.
Look, as Sherrill took a shot in the chest and recovered to just eat that ball up top.
Reitzel open. Yeah, they're going to give him 3. Boswell got him on the arm. That was a foul on Boswell.
No one in college ball is better than Alabama's guards, drawing fouls and selling fouls as three-point shooters. If you reach or if you lunge, you are in trouble. J.P. Estrella defensively, low, strong, fighting off contact with 10 points in this game. He and Gillespie are the offense.
To return, he suffered a right leg injury midway through the first half. Came back, scored 2 points quickly, and then on his way back down, you could tell he was laboring. We rejoin the game with Reitzel shooting 3 free throws after being fouled on a 3-point shot for the second time tonight, and the free throw misses.
And more importantly, another miss here, and everybody in the building gets a free Chick-fil-A tonight. Nope.
He's not into that.
He ain't into that at all. Alabama.
What he is into is scoring almost 19 points now. 6 of 9 shooting, and 3 of 4 from the stripe.
Well, Alabama's shooting a good percentage from 3, Ravi. They are 8 for 20. But again, they're used to getting off 35 or 36 3-point shots a game. Tennessee winning that battle line.
Slow developing offensive possession as Carey throws up a 15-footer, and it's rebounded by Millette. There's no pace that time.
No, the stagnant possession for Tennessee in this game was right there.
Yeah, Millette steps into one. That's too strong, and Carey goes way up in the air, and no one else was getting that.
he owns the paint when the ball's on the glass. Carey does.
Back-to-back bad trips, and it's Barnes looking at Boswell.
Just the 4th turnover, though, in this game for Rick Barnes' club. They've been bothered by it. Look at Carey, man. He gets to the front of that restricted arc and just owns from the logo down. Big shoulders. Majority of his work is below the rim.
Well, Jimmy, where would Alabama be today without Reitzel, who's got 19? Holloway's got 8. Philon has 8. The guys that you look at and depend on to score a lot of points haven't yet done it. Allen probably had a 4-footer in the paint. And of course, Alabama kicks it for a 3, and they come up empty. Gillespie, and he used Okpara's roadblock.
Yeah, I said that's big time. That's big time by Okpara. Sprint out ball screen, set that thing, and then get down there for that highway screen. That is an effort play by Okpara.
It is off of Berg. The officials looked at each other. It'll be Alabama basketball.
All right, here's what I'm talking about. Okpara with a sprint out ball screen, but from there, he dives right in, boom, to the thighs of Aiden Sherrill and just eats him up.
Lifted him up and moved him out of the way.
But for a 7-footer, Ravi, to sprint out, set that screen, dive out of it, set the highway screen, that is some special stuff by Okpara.
Holloway back in, and here is more special stuff. Okpara is out there guarding him. One of the best shooters Alabama's ever had. Philon penetrates. May have got away with a walk, says the Tennessee faithful, but he's got 10 now.
Well, he shot the ball, unlike in the first half. We had a guy take 2 steps into a pass.
Alabama's hanging around here and always within striking distance with their shooting ability. Carey down low, muscles it in. What a game Jalen Carey is having. Double figures now to go with 9 rebounds.
Yeah, Aiden Sherrill might be getting tired, Ravi.
Yeah.
Other than Gillespie, he has played more minutes than anyone else on the floor. Nate Oates can't take him off the floor, and that could be a problem.
Yeah, Philon just threw it up there, and Berg in traffic grabbed the rebound. Astonishing number. I mean, we saw Florida score 72 points in the paint earlier this year.
Yeah.
34 for Tennessee in this game. They got 2 seconds, and Evans fades away. No good. He's been the guy, man. Latrell Wrightsell, 3 more points.
And that is on Tennessee. You just have to watch one half of a game for Alabama to understand the conversion offense. They are sprinting to the corners. If you don't sprint with them, they will make you pay.
Pretty move. Gillespie couldn't get it to go, and Sherrill didn't grab it initially, and Gillespie nearly had it. Feels like a big trip for Alabama, down 8. Holloway gets it to go.
Man, has he developed into a scorer at the rim the last couple of years at Alabama. And the game pressure now squarely back on Tennessee. No Nate Ament. Doubtful to return in this game and cannot put Alabama away.
No, an 11-4 run. The lead is down to 6. Florida's points in the paint, 72 of them came against Alabama. Well, they're doing it again. Alabama now trying to give it back. Holloway finds the bottom. We find ours.
He's forced him to do something off the bounce, but he's single-handedly right now.
Yeah.
How's Alabama in this basketball game?
Amazing. So his last 3 games, he'd been 6 of 20 from three-point land. But if you throw in tonight's game, in which he's 5 of 7, those numbers over the last 4 look fine.
Yeah, well, Nate Oates will tell you, when Wrightsell is healthy, he's about a 44% career three-point shooter. He is that good.
So Rick Barnes called a timeout, so next whistle, we will go back and take another break, which will give Sherrill and others even more time. He had an ice pack on his shoulder during the last timeout prior to this. But Gillespie got fouled, and he landed awkwardly as Amari Allen came over to get him on the arm. Gillespie will have 2 free throws. Amari Allen's got 3 fouls. We got a 6-point game, 7-11 to go.
talk about that NCAA tournament coming up. The 1s and 2 seeds are the ones to keep an eye on. Duke, Arizona, UConn, Michigan. Probably going to end up being the 1 seeds on that one line. Right behind them, the 2 seeds. Iowa State, Purdue, Florida, Illinois. Probably right now is how it's going to end up at the back of the plane. Interesting, these 4 teams, Missouri, Texas, Auburn, and A&M, are kind of on that bubble. Man, Texas helped himself today. Missouri helped himself. I will say this, if the SEC ends up with 11 teams in, Missouri, Texas, A&M, and Auburn are the 8, 9, 10, 11 teams. Those teams can win games. Missouri can win a game in the NCAA tournament. Auburn has the best win in the league right now. They went and won at Florida. So, man, keep an eye on those last 4 teams from the SEC right now. Dangerous teams, Georgia, A&M, Texas, Auburn. All those teams are very dangerous.
SEC loaded up on the last 4 byes, the last 4 in, and Alabama's last 2 games at Georgia and Auburn. So both of those games will certainly mean something to both Georgia and Auburn.
Yeah.
Difficult challenge for Nate Oates in his last 2 games, but it's a team that's won 7 in a row. They've averaged almost 100 points over those 7, and they have fought to stay in this game.
Well, can Alabama get LeBaron Philon going the last 7 minutes of this game? Only 2 points in the last 15 minutes. He is your leading scorer.
Amari Allen gets it to Aiden Sherrill, who works baseline against Estrella. Throws it up. There's some contact. No call.
Man, Gillespie has been so quick to loose balls in this game, hasn't he? 7 or 8 steals and
24 points.
Man,
5 rebounds. No Nate Ament the rest of the way with that right leg injury. Boswell penetrates and then throws it away. 5th turnover.
well, that's a low number for Tennessee, who's been flirting around 13 or 14. Last in the league in terms of turnover percentage, way too high in conference play.
Philon penetrates, and he went right by his man Gillespie. Second time that's happened in this game.
But a good example again of Tennessee not over-helping. They're going to allow Alabama to take tough twos, so be it, but they're not going to come off shooters and let Alabama get that 3 ball into this game.
Alabama 27-21 as far as points this second half to get this lead cut down to 6. Estrella. No, this is a lot inside that paint. Another offensive rebound, another second chance. Evans, Sherrill went straight up, and Evans won the battle.
He is such a physical kid for a freshman. The guy's got 8 rebounds in this game, but man, right into the chest of Aiden Sherrill.
Philon will have a chance for 3.
Well, I ask, can Alabama get LeBaron Philon going in this game? He's too good to be quiet. Trying to close this thing down.
Not sure if Alabama got LeBaron Philon going or LeBaron Philon did.
Yeah, a little bit of both. And he just gets his shoulders in front of Evans, and then right there, he starts dancing with that ball. He's setting himself up to speed dribble, power dribble from one side of the floor to the other, and he gets down that pipe, man, as explosive as any guard in this league.
In that last game, he went to the free throw line 11 times against Tennessee. Those numbers are starting to pick up now as he converts the 3. We're as close as we've been in a while now, down to 5. Philon up to 15. He sends Gillespie off ball and has Boswell handling out top. Good hands by Reitzel and a run out, 3-on-2. Reitzel got it.
What did I tell you about Alabama in conversion offense? They hunt the deep corner 3. A great job to reverse that ball from one side to the other.
Closest we've been since 18-16. Reitzel, 25 in the game.
Boy, Tennessee is in mud right now offensively, are they not?
Yep. I think Sherrell's done such a good job defensively, not picking up fouls inside as he goes straight out. This time, Okpara gets the roll.
What a hard shot for a 7-footer to roll out of that thing and catch it and shoot it on the move.
Philon turns the corner and resets, and he got blown up partly by his own man. Gillespie gets it to go. A bad turnover there, Jimmy. It looked like an Alabama player ran right into Philon.
Maybe the best overall game that Jacoby Gillespie has had as a Tennessee Volunteer.
Great job that time to stay on the ground. And they are going to get the foul, and Rick Barnes is livid.
Yeah, a late whistle by Don Daly to absorb the play and then stick Tennessee with a foul. And a big-time game here in Knoxville. We're not in Nashville. Look at Alabama. The speed they come with, they understand it's about that backside bomb that they find so good in their transition offense. Roll Tide not going away at all. But Jacoby Gillespie has been the player of the game so far for Tennessee.
Tennessee cannot hang on, and Alabama can win. It obviously puts Alabama in a great spot, and it makes it very difficult for Tennessee to think about a lock double bye in the SEC tournament.
An amazing number in this game, Ravi. Tennessee is offensive rebounding at a 57% rate.
Philon right at Estrella, who wasn't interested in picking up a foul.
We said 3 minutes ago, can Alabama get LeBaron Philon going? And he has. Nate Oates coming out of that timeout. He gets LeBaron Philon in that middle third and just says, hey, go get us a basket.
Gillespie alley-oop. Wow, Okpara, he got his hand on it. Wasn't necessarily a great alley-oop pass.
It has to be thrown where the receiver can get it with 2 hands.
Philon, no, it will not go, but he will shoot 2 free throws.
LeBaron Philon has that look right now. For the first time in this game, over the last 3 minutes, whoever you put on me cannot stay in front of me. And a little bit of a middle ball screen there by Sherrell to get LeBaron Philon going down that left side. But then the next play, this is a guard that can get downhill with a ball screen or without a ball screen. They are dangerous in a close game with under 3 to go.
Made 2 of 3 free throws tonight. That one is good, and LeBaron Philon has 18 points. Again, didn't play in the last game. He's been dealing with a groin injury for a significant part of this season. And he has put the team on his shoulders here in the second half. Jimmy, you said it, man. He's got the last 9 points for the Tide. 67-65.
Going floppy action for Gillespie.
No good. Tip back out, and it's Philon ahead of the field with Gillespie there to try to deny, and he couldn't. Philon cannot be denied.
It is hard to kill the will of LeBaron Philon. It was last year as a freshman, and it is this year, and it is right now.
First time we've been tied 67 all. Boy, that's a hard shot. Estrella, baseline fadeaway.
Well, Tennessee cross match right off the bat with Estrella on Holloway.
Reitzel, I think, may have hurt himself. He's right in front of that Alabama bench. And he got the attention of Don Daly. May have tripped on one of the officials. It may have been, yeah, there's Daly up there in the upper left. And he tripped right on Don Daly.
Yeah.
And it looks like they may see some blood on Jacoby Gillespie. So both teams will go to their respective benches while Gillespie gets tended to. Barrett Philon's got 21 in the game now, Jimmy.
Grabbing with 19 seconds on this shot clock coming out of this timeout. It's going to be 0 in red. There's going to be option 1, 2, and maybe 3. And he has been going downhill with force. And that's the guy right now that Nate Oates, I'm sure, is saying, this is what we're going to go with this ball. LeBaron Philon in the middle third of the floor with a ball screen, without a ball screen, maybe some ghost action you run to LeBaron Philon, try to create some confusion with 2 Tennessee defenders, but LeBaron Philon is the guy right now. He and Acuff in this league, I think, are the best 2 guards in short clock, going downhill, making plays.
One-on-one.
No doubt. Yeah.
All right, so take a look at it, because Alabama's in the middle of one of these. 4 comebacks of 10 or more points, second best in the conference. And Tennessee's had leads before in which they have blown 4 of them 10 or more. And they cannot rely on that guy, Nate Ament, who hurt his right leg midway through the first half. Later in the first half, he went out for quite a bit. He came back in the second half, scored a basket, and appeared to re-aggravate whatever it was he originally hurt.
That's a big, big story for Tennessee going forward. And the ceiling for Tennessee, obviously, without Nate Ament, is not nearly as high as with him. He misses the first half. He got caught up in a loose ball scramble. And right there, man, just did not look good at all. Came out to start the second half, looked pretty lively, made a jump shot, but as he came back down on this next possession, he cringed, and he's been out ever since. This is Philon's game right here.
Talks to Sherrell, goes screen, like you said, to start it. Now they get it to Sherrell. Deep in the paint, nowhere to go. Philon step back 3, that is short. It will be rebounded by Reitzel's shot. That's off. Sherrell battling, still battling, and it's going to be Alabama basketball. What a job by 22 in crimson.
Aiden Sherrell has logged a ton of minutes at that 5 spot. And he's been outsized with other bodies around him. But when you talk about a dude just continuing to fight, understand the importance of coming up with this loose ball rebound. Estrella from behind, and boy, a great job by Aiden Sherrell in this game. Converted from a stretch 5 to a power guy.
And he's played 32 minutes more than anybody on Alabama. In a 2-point game, his hustle may have helped save the game with 1:26 to go.
Grabbing now LeBaron Philon is the out-of-bounds trigger guy right here. He will be dangerous once he gets it in with some get action to get it back. There it is.
Okpara is on him. Now it's Holloway with Okpara. The big guy tries to hold his ground, but man, has he come up with big shots late in games. Holloway ties it with a minute to go.
What a job by Holloway to create his own separation against a guy that's a foot taller.
Gillespie now handling the ball. It seemed to have Gillespie play off ball, and Boswell handled it. Now it's back in Gillespie's hands. Stay tuned, folks. We got a phenomenal 1 minute, 1 second.
The way your play calls and your sets and your actions. You've got to find ways, and Nate Oates has done it in this second half. Isolation, one-on-one, let his guards make plays in space.
Last minute of play in regulation. Gillespie's open for a 3. That's too strong. And that is off Tennessee. Okpara's grabbing the back of his head. He may have been hit by Evans, his own man, but he's down on the ground. It's going to be Alabama basketball. Now Okpara's taking the hand of Evans and getting up off the floor.
Watch Amari Evans come flying in. Right there, comes down on top of Okpara. And you cannot say enough about Alabama's fight in this ball game. They were down 13, 14 points. Tennessee had control of it, pounding the ball inside, owning the glass. So LeBaron Philon says, guard play when you get to March, and it starts tomorrow, is what wins ball games. He has gone downhill. Missouri had success on Wednesday night getting downhill against this Tennessee defense. And LeBaron Philon has been so good. He and Holloway are the playmakers. Aaron Philon did not play Wednesday. He's still not 100%, but he's good enough to close out this game as that primary handler in that middle third and reading the defense and winning the collisions at the rim as a guard.
Alabama, Jimmy, has stopped turning it over. They've had only 2 in the last 21 minutes, and Tennessee hasn't made any threes this half. Haven't made a three.
Came down to a buzzer beater last year from Meshack. We may be headed for another one right now. Got the switch.
And LeBaron Philon shakes his head almost as if to say, you're going to have him on me one-on-one? Working on Estrella. Philon spins, fades, and he won the battle.
He got the switch and then was very patient with it. Ran a little ghost screen. Just a little bit of a confusion, but again, Philon on Estrella, advantage Alabama.
First lead for Alabama, and Tennessee for the first time, we'll talk about it, in a deficit. LeBaron Philon, you asked the question, when will they get him engaged? Well, he's been engaged, and they got the lead. Do you see the
when they had to come up with a defensive rebound, man, those red jerseys were all over the glass into bodies. A huge, huge second half for Alabama. Gillespie gets it up, but look at all those red jerseys around that basketball. Akpara, Estrella not able to come up with it. And man, Alabama, LeBaron Philon, a great job by Houston Millett to go vertical, force a tough two from Gillespie. And Roll Tide is going to roll out of Knoxville with a huge win.
Virtually locks up a 2 seed, I should say a double bye in the SEC tournament. And that ball was so close to going out of bounds. I'm not sure who that ball was going to go to if it had. But Jimmy, the story of the game was LeBaron Philon in the last 6 minutes he outscored Tennessee 13-8.
Well, he's a talented, tough kid. I said earlier, it's hard to kill the will of LeBaron Philon, and it played out the last 5 minutes.
Tennessee's 6th loss in the SEC puts him in a log